We are meant to take our capabilities, the ability to teach, to learn, to heal, and express it in a way that is non-destructive to ourselves and the machines around us. And since everything is electromagnetic, including the grid around the Earth and the grid on the electromagnetic plane on the Earth, which has changing its force fields as the Earth rotates, we ourselves have to learn to control our thought processes and our mind and our action to become of a higher frequency, which can embody those in a way where we can now begin to accept and open up to our natural gifts of healing. It's sort of like Agent Marvel and all the people that have control of electricity. These things are real. These things aren't a joke. I'm sorry, but these capabilities that we have can come natural to us. We have so much that we haven't embodied and so much we haven't taken on. Our bodies don't need to be genetically altered. We were given this body, which automatically heals itself and regenerates itself. Except, as one of the jokes said, it clears my everything. It clears or heals or transforms, but it doesn't do the fat. What's going on there? Why isn't it letting go of the fat? Well, I guess that's a cosmic joke. But the point is, we've been giving these bodies, and they can heal. We have come down with our name and with a journey. And when we're meant to go, sometimes we have a choice, and other times we will pass on through this, whatever means we have chosen. It's not somebody else's thing to say, oh, I'm so sorry they're dying of this or they're leaving the planet. We have come down here to evolve our conscious awareness. We've come down here to evolve our experiential awareness and to evolve our real genetic being and coding that is in our bodies. And many people are saying we're taking on new codes. We probably are, but we are also here to release, dissolve the old connections and codings from our genetic past to embody our full being, our full knowledge, our full presence, our full gifts on the earth, and to reset or transform or shift into our higher genetic patterning. In other words, to grab hold of that of which we are as a true divine energy being of God, a God source, a God light, a God particle, a God being on the planet, a divine consciousness that can think and create. Whatever you think, you can create, and you can, as we get into higher frequencies, you can, like Baba created Vibhuti, dust, and people have created amazing things. It's having the key. It's finding the key. Now, we all aren't at that frequency that we can find the key, but we're on the journey to find it. And so what we do is we connect with the crystals, the different crystals that have energy in them. We connect with our food and the fruit of the earth and the light of the earth that is in it. We connect with the animals of the earth that have a long memory. And the animal, like the elephant that was walking with the tiger, with here. The animals are shifting. We connect with the beauty that is around us and in the land, and we connect to this, which is our coding, which is at higher levels of coding. We are now taking off our sheath that is around us, and we are moving into a finer frequency. And that is what we're here doing. So as you close your eyes, take a glass of water first. As you do, feel that beautiful energy flowing through your body. Feel your whole energy field embracing that body with light. Feel all sounds that are around you flowing into that. There is never any need to disturb you. Your mind now is connecting with your higher frequencies, yourself, your source, the creator, the God force, the divine particles that you are made up of. It is beginning to connect way down to the energy source of the creator in the universe. For us, it is through the mitochondria, which are the powerhouses in the cells. We ask that you begin to relax your shoulders, relax your arms, relax your entire body. It is an energy cell that is on the earth. It contains multiple cells of all different natures, but they all connect directly back to source. You are only pure source. You breathe in the light and the air around you. You breathe it in clear. You're breathing in pure source energy, for you are vibrating at that source level, at that frequency of resonance where the earth manifests pure love flowing through the earth, flowing into your body, flowing in from the divine creator that sees all things as light, as love, as a river flowing, never ending, of peace, calm, and harmony. The colors are flowing into you. Your original color you came in with, along with all the other colors. Lavender, purple, reds, yellows, greens, blues, oranges. They begin flowing into your body and activating your mitochondria and the cells and the particles in your cells. They are flowing through your body. They are flowing out of your hands and out of your fingertips and out of your palms and out of the back of your palms. And as your shoulders breathe and relax deeper, they are flowing off your shoulders and off the top of your crown and off your body and off your feet. All of your energy centers, all of the points that are points of the God source on your body are flowing with rivers of light and sound that are raising your frequency vibrations and flowing out into the earth around you and into the air. For as you now flow in this new space of pure light, you flow with the resonance of the angelic presence on the earth, of the masters that are in spirit. You are flowing with joy and all other things that are in your body that are flowing through your blood are now releasing the toxins that you had held from long ago. They are releasing your old belief systems that connect you to your family members, to your ancient generations, to the codings of all religions and their practices. They are flowing through all the genetic material of all things, all thought processes, all words that are on the earth in all the different languages. They are flowing through the streams and through the fire, through the electrical magnetic grids on the earth plane. They are flowing through all the shots and injections, the vaccines that are on the earth plane. They are flowing and creating lighter and lighter substances on the earth plane. They are flowing into all minds. They are flowing into the magnetic grid and into the earth and into the plants. More and more light is flowing. And as you begin to raise your vibration, you feel yourself floating in light, floating as a sense you just are consciousness. You are just pure light consciousness. There is nothing but light consciousness. We'd like to speak to that consciousness and ask that consciousness to open up further and further, letting go, dissolving, discarding, integrating, and resetting to your pure blueprint of your divine essence, to the essence of your soul source, to the essence of you, to your divine mind. The calling of what you are here on the planet for, connecting with your star seeds, where you come from originally. Only the highest vibration of that source flows down with love and joy, embracing you as a being that stands tall on the earth. That consciousness is free. It sees all beings as the same light. It recognizes its soul family, its light family, and sees the light in all beings. That light consciousness opens farther and farther, letting the flow of the red divine will flowing through it with passion, with energy, with more and more energy, vibrating at a very high frequency. That red is pure divine will. It flows through your conscious mind and from your mind down into the earth body. It expands farther and wider as your mind is opening around your conscious body down below. It flows in with blue, with the wisdom, the divine love, the divine presence of joy, and the passion. It flows with the experience of knowing. We are giving you the knowingness of the masters of the universe. We are giving you the patterns that are on the universe, that are being shared and communicated through people, through the internet, through the television. We ask that this love be expanded through the internet, allowing the freedom of love to flow freely, independence without fear. You have no longer worry and fear. It has fallen off your consciousness. You are vibrating in the frequencies of love and joy and insight. So that which comes to you is knowledge. You are not to fear knowledge. You are to see it as wisdom, as experience and insight, as gifts to share with others. These are gifts that bring wisdom and insight and open up new pathways for those who still cannot see the gifts that are being given. Once given these gifts, others see the responsibilities. They see and let go of all issues. They fall away in the light that you are sharing. You open up further and further. The beautiful light of golden yellow, of pure wisdom and love, pure joy, the smiles on the earth, the laughter on the earth, that impregnate every soul with dance, with music. This wisdom is what you are to share. Allow this wisdom to flow from every cell and every particle of your body with the dance of words, the dance of mind, the joy and the smiles and the laughter of all wisdom and all humor. All humor has its place. Let the old humor go and support it with new humor, light, much lighter, lighter and freer, freedom. Breathing in that freedom. This is divine wisdom, pure yellow at higher luminescence. Pure wisdom. The blues, pure love, divine love. Source love at higher frequencies, luminescence, luminescent light. Pure reds and magentas and purples. Divine will, your will, flowing up from the base of the spine of your being on the earth, intercoding with the gold and silver and the copper light, the electromagnetic breath. We are tuning you now to the higher frequencies of your higher self and the voice that you have carried. The little voice which we now ask begins to become stronger and stronger. It merges with yourselves, all your beings. First, second, third dimension, fourth and fifth dimension are now merging through the electrical coils of your frequency, the magnetic resonance. The voice will become stronger, the insights will become stronger as you hear the voice and act from the synchronicity of your divine source. You flow with that synchronicity. Your intellect is second. Your divine mind, which is integrating with your brain and your gut. Your first mind, the intestinal tract, is now clearing down on the earth. You allow it to do so, feeling lighter and lighter. You allow your mind, your brain, to feel lighter and lighter, and the new resonances of the nerve patterning is forming new nerve centers to align to this higher frequency of your higher self and soul source. The soul is now one. It is almost an essence. We let go of the soul. You are pure essence of the God source. You are now a divine being on the planet. You resonate at that frequency. There are others that carry this frequency. I have not recognized this frequency within them. That is fine.
They are of the light. They just have a blanket over them. They are doing their work where they need to. Accept that. Allow your frequency to shine and recognize their light as you see their eyes, the light within their eyes, their soul, their being. It will flow into their mind. The fire of that light will activate their mind, their nervous system, their brain cells as you see their light, as you recognize them as beings of light, just beings on the planet, learning and growing, expanding in their own space. We ask that you accept the resonance of this frequency as you will be on a different path more and more. You will travel and bypass others as you will love where they are. That is their path. You will honor it with grace and beauty, with love and wisdom, recognizing their beautiful gifts where they are. You will continue on your path to light up and raise the planetary earth, the frequencies, the food, the earth itself, the plants around it, the waters, the fires, the magnetic electrical grid, and the technology that is coming. You will see that that vibration will transform that technology as those who know and understand that it needs transforming will do so. Hold that frequency and vibration. And so it is. We leave you in this space. We thank you for coming and being present. We ask that you listen to music and feel the energy around you as it vibrates, and the energy allows to move through your system, lighter and lighter. As the music dissolves, you feel yourself coming down through your mind, above your head, down through your third eye, down into your high heart at the throat and the thymus level. You're bringing the source consciousness into your being of emotion, integrating it into the mental, the spiritual, and the physical, down into the heart, down into the solar plexus, down through your hands and feet, into the earth and around you. It clears out all things that are left that need clearing for now. And it's reset your entire coding and physical presence on the earth. We thank the divine beings for their guidance, for their interconnection of us through the internet and our divine mind connection and our connection in spirit around the earth, where we have worked in the electrical magnetic grid and connected on the earth to all other like minds doing this work simultaneously or at any date and time on the planet. And so it is with love. We open our eyes and we come back. Thank you. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And if you'd like to share, unmute yourself and come back. Sharing is part of the gift. And the most important thing in the world is the word communication. People think it's discourse, having conversations, and conversations it is. But the most important word is communicating. Communicating in conversations, communicating in silence, communicating fully in thought, and sharing, because this opens up and allows for no miscommunication, no misunderstanding. It allows for individual work with others, your work with teams, your work with your family. And sometimes communication is just silence. Communication covers everything. So if you look at things like movies and you realize people don't want to come up and say the truth, it's time to be speaking truth. It's time to be honoring integrity, honesty, and truth, and speaking it. And that's where we get the insights, the wisdom, and the gifts. So anybody would like to share? Anuba?
Hello, Taveta. Thank you for the very, I think, beautiful meditation today. Throughout the meditation, I was just seeing flowers. At one time when you said to feel the light going through you, and I could feel like there were flocks of roses all over my upper body. I could almost, my body was reacting to flowers being like in contact with my body. And I kept seeing flowers till the end, all colors, blue, violet, pink. It was almost, it was the most abundant feeling I had throughout the session.
Thank you. You know that you have blue sparkling here. Can anybody see blue? That's the love.
I see it too. I see it.
It may be from your necklace, but trust me, yeah, it's there with you, the angels. Oh my God. Thank you.
It's my Bluetooth. Yeah. It's a technology which is sending out the love.
Thank you. Lillian, you want to share?
Sure. I think today everything was a little different from what I've been experiencing before. My experience was like, I think I was very grounded at the same time, but I was feeling every little bit of everything you're saying, the transformation in my body. But I was grounded at the same time, and that made me feel very easy, and that kind of took me to a different level that I was used to feel. And I could feel like really things going on in my body that I really, before I would take a journey. Today was different. I just was very grounded, very here at the same time, but at the same time connected up, in a higher level, and was very, very good, very good feeling, very strong, but very good. I think that's how I can explain right now.
Thank you. That's beautiful, because it's, we can go out, but we're a group
doing what we need to do. And all of us are part of what's happening with the words that are coming through. And so if someone, grounding is something that you needed to do, and we grounded. We all are communicating who we are in the meditation and how we need the energies to work with us and shift as we're moving through this. And sometimes we're out and sometimes we're grounded. And this is so beautiful. I mean, isn't it this amazing? This is like, okay, how could anybody give a meditation? So I couldn't sit and write this meditation, right? This meditation, our meditations are handed to us. And some meditations have to be written because some people are wanting and needing that. There's somebody who I know does written meditations for a group I know, and she goes through this and she writes them down. And it's important because I used to get my meditations in Singapore, right? And then I'd go to the computer, but it took me so long. It took me an hour to type them and get them sent out to people. And after a while, I just wanted to put them on the internet. And I was working with that and doing too many other things to get them there. So I kind of didn't. But writing them down helps the individual. So if you're writing them down, sometimes I will get something that I have to, they showed me other day, you have to write this down. I said, oh, I've got it, right? No, I had to write it down because writing it down puts it in at another frequency. So writing the meditations down for people is a good thing. But it's some of us shift into not having to write them down. We might have to shift to writing them down. Who knows? We do both. So this is so, I so appreciate that because when you're guided, when we do everything in synchronicity, we're handed it because our higher self knows what to say, what to do, because it's even a little bit closer to the source in a sense. But now we're becoming the source. We're fully embodying the old codes, the codes that we haven't engaged before. So does that make sense a little bit?
Yes. The meditation was outstanding, completely outstanding.
Right. Thank you.
Very good. Very good.
Tree, would you like to share? Meenakshi, would you share?
Yeah, we have to give Tree a little time before she can unmute.
Yeah,
So
sometimes
she'll
she's
get
busy.
there. Yeah. No, it's not busy. It's just because she's on the phone, so it takes her time.
Oh, okay.
But I just want to pick up a little bit of what everyone has said because when Anubha was sharing about the Bluetooth, and I thought that's what the meditation was also about. You brought that in, that we are connecting and we are communicating with our machines and what we consider something different from us, a different form of consciousness. It is a form of consciousness, if not of life. And I'm just looking at how her Bluetooth and my blue ring, and I saw, Tavita, you're wearing a blue ring also.
Yeah, it's
You know,
tanzanite,
it's
which I love.
Tanzanite. Yes,
And
yes,
tanzanite has the purple and pinks in it. This
yes,
one,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
I got that once from Praveen had brought from Africa. So I'm just seeing seeing different levels of communication going on here. There's so I felt really today. You're right, as Lilium said, it was such an outstanding and amazing meditation because it linked so many things together, including even I felt very relieved, and I'm going to share something because you talked about the vaccine and all other life forms. I felt very relieved because some of us being in places where we are asked to take there are of course many people who want to take the vaccine and who feel very relieved when they take, and there are others who don't want to take it and feel almost as if it is a form of dying and taking away freedom, because they may be asked to do so by their organizations, you know. So this kind of clearing I feel that we did, because you did it with us and we did it all together, I think will help in both situations. Because the way that the physicality of it is now, that even if you take the vaccine, the fear does not go away, because people are still needing to social distance, and there is no clear guideline at all about whether it will whether they can be carriers or whether they can receive it from people or what's going on. Nobody actually knows. But it is a very big reality. It's a huge thing, because the whole world has come together because of these two, because of the COVID and because of its vaccine. So everything that we can do to send out light is, I think, very, very necessary. So I just wanted to focus on this part, but otherwise there's so much in your meditation that we could focus on. Thank you, Tavita.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. I think you're right. I think those who resonate at different levels, and yeah, it's just, it'll be fine. It'll be fine wherever we are. I do say that knowledge is important to understand, because some people may need details about certain things. And it doesn't mean, even if we get the details, there's ways of counteracting it. There's even a way to take away that vaccine that was been given, that shot that's been given to people. There is a way of physically taking that away. But we can take that, we can work at taking, it's just transmute it, dilute it, transmute it. And as your energy frequencies get finer and higher, they're telling me that there will be ways in which your frequencies vibrate to allow your body and your health to maintain a level that allows you to function and be on the earth without interference. And they will be putting in, there will be coming safeguards. It's like an electrical magnetic grid. They're showing me, I asked for, because I can't use, it's difficult for me to use the word protection, and I know I should get over it. but I'm just open. I'm connected to source, so how can I ask for protection? I'm just connected to source, right? I mean, that the energy just flows. So I use the golden shield of light, which there's nothing wrong with using shields, because there are warriors of light. And in the very basic essence, there are physical warriors. When things like voodoo or bomos in Indonesia use to fight the forces that are very dense. They're very, very dense. You can't, I haven't gone there, so I can't do that. I'm not in that space to do that. That there are people who do that, and they carry the shields and things like this. But we have light energy. And what they showed me is that this feeling of, as Lilium said, that we're getting, of feeling like suddenly we're at a new level of peace or surrounded, is that light energy that we carry goes through a filtering outside our energy fields, or through the energy fields, goes through a new filter system because of the way we resonate at a higher frequency the resonance around it carries a filter, a frequency. It's sort of like if I'm on this plateau of a mountain and I walk up to this plateau, I'm not at this plateau anymore. There's a filter here between the plateaus. And that filter allows, and then you radiate through that filter. It's a little difficult to explain, but you're always radiating light. Just think of it, you're radiating light, you're connecting to source, and it goes through that out to others. But others who have thought processes, if you're an empath or not, because you're resonating at such a high frequency of light and grace, those other energies don't come through you or to you. They'll come, they'll hit the filter that's there, and they'll drop off, or they'll be sent back to them with light. When I was in Singapore, and this is living with divine grace, this is being connected to source all the time where there's only light. Because wherever you go, you can't take on the darkness. You see only light in everything. Everything that happens, you see light, you understand why it's happening, you gain the insight, you gain the knowledge, and it doesn't matter whether somebody is suffering or not. That is not your call to say whether that is good or bad. Yes, it's not good. In one level, no, it's not. But is it your journey? If you're there with someone, right, and you can stand up and say no, then you do it. But if you're in that state of grace, it's sort of like when I was thinking of myself and seeing my energy go out to stop something, like Kung Fu guy master did in TV long ago. I could see my hand coming out and saying no, because my mind and body was no, you can't do that, right? That's not happening. The minute my mind took a sword in its hand, the minute my mind stepped past that level and grabbed a sword instead of the energy of saying no, that energy that they use in that energy that pushes, the wind, whatever, I dropped down to another level. It's very difficult to stay in that frequency of divine grace. And yet we're being asked slowly to raise our frequency so that we allow others their space to grow and learn and do what they need to do. And then we have to have common sense. Common sense, like if somebody's coming to attack us and they're at a different state of mind, actually, we probably wouldn't be around that. But if we were, then you have to use common sense. We've been given a brain, we've been given common sense, we've given the ability to think. So there's ways of doing this. And I got something sent to me from Johannesburg, where this woman was in a car and she was opening the gates, because down there they have to be behind gates and they can't drive at nighttime. And she opened the gates, drove her car in, and another car drove in and stopped at the gates, and the people got out and they came up to her with guns. And she was in the car. She had obviously locked the door. And I was surprised because they didn't start shooting. And I guess maybe our glass is bulletproof. I don't know what it is, but I don't think it's bulletproof. But anyway, they didn't start shooting. And she was there, and then it was like a full minute. And then she backed her car up, and the guys were dashing back to their car, and she pulled forward and she stopped, and they got in their car quickly And then they backed their car up, and then she backed back into the car, and they all got out of the car and started running away. But by that time, the alarm had been sound, and so the police were coming. That's called using your brain. And she was in a situation and lived in a situation where, you know, there's density around her. But I think what I'm saying is we're being called to raise our frequency so that we go places and we carry the light and we carry that energy where we spread it and we only see the light and attract the light and attract it and see it in others. So who else would like to share? I've done enough talking.
No, that was beautiful. I do want to pick up where you left off, Tavita, because you're right in this. I was resisting a few things which I knew were not good for me at certain stages of my life. And each time I decided that if I'm resisting, I'm spending a lot of energy. I'm blocking up my energy flow, and it doesn't suit me. So I just go ahead and say yes. But if it's not right for me, it won't come to me. To give a very specific example, if it's somebody who wants a healing session and I know I'm not the right person for them, I won't say no to them, but they will call to cancel. You know? Or
Yes,
anything.
yes.
So that's what I always say. I always feel, because sometimes I know that recently there came a time when I was feeling overwhelmed, but usually I don't. Usually I'm able to do many things, and it is because I decided I'll just choose one answer to life, either no or yes, and I realized that yes is easier. If you just keep saying yes, then only like it raises your frequency because your energy is flowing now. And then I love the way you described it, although I won't say my brain didn't understand it, but my heart has understood it. That filter, you're radiating out through the filter, and people are receiving what they need to receive. And sometimes just because they spoke to you, they feel already healed and they don't need to come to you physically. And I love that. I really love everything that I've learned since I met you, Tavita. I'm very, very
Thank you.
grateful that you're here.
Thank you. I had the same thing. I went to a massage. I gave my name out for Reiki. Um, she sent somebody to meet me. We met. She wanted to do Reiki. I was thinking, can I do it right now? Is this right to do it right now? I said, yes, okay. Then something happened. We didn't connect. Then she had to leave town and she said she'd be back. And I said, yes. And that was all that was needed, the connection. That's so perfect. Thank you. That's so true. Yes. Yeah.
I just want to acknowledge, because Anubha had a very beautiful thing this month. Anubha, do you want to tell us about it? Because you're going to be presenting something next month, right? Do you want to talk about that?
Okay. So this is regarding the clay connection part, right?
Yes.
Um, so yes, I'd like to share. In fact, I was just thinking, keeping in mind the time, should I share when Tavita talked about saying yes, and you were also talking about saying yes.
So we
So
can do one thing. I'm interrupting you just for a minute because I'd like to have that. That Tavita, I know you sometimes like to stop. So like to close. Do you want to close the meditation and then we talk? Because I
No,
would.
no, no. We'll do that. No, that's great.
Okay. No, I'll tell you why. I'm saying it.
Okay. Just relax and close your eyes for a minute, and we'll do. And it's really important if you can voice and keep saying ah, we will have a symphony. If mine goes longer, that's okay. Just keep repeating it till we go to Hugh, till we go to Om. Just repeat it.
Okay.
So take a deep breath in and relax. A deep breath in.
Oh. And so it is, and it will be, living with grace, love, and beauty. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste.